Hi, I'm Andrew from creatormind.org. You may not yet fully understand what living in the present moment actually means, or why it's important for your happiness or success in life. But whether it's something you actively think about or whether it's not, the fact is that your happiness and your prospects of success are closely tied to whether or not you live in this way. So in this video, I'd like to help you fully understand the concept as well as the importance, and then provide you some practical steps that will help you get there. So I'll discuss why you should live in the now moment, and then how you can do it. And finally, I'll tell you why it is a really bad idea to live for your goals. So in the most fundamental sense, living in the present moment means having your mind and your thoughts focused on what's going on in your life right now. This means you're not dwelling on past events or hurts or successes, and you are not obsessing about possible future events, happiness or success. All opportunities for love, prosperity, money, peace, health, relationships, and pretty much anything come to us now. So if we don't immediately see them, then we miss them and we forgo them. So let's start with the question, why should you live in the moment? So you have dreams and you have goals and you have desires, a version of your life which you want to attain. And in this desired life, you are no doubt happy and you are successful. You have things like wealth, money, love, respect, friendships, health, peace, and any number of circumstances that you particularly want to experience. And you've probably tried many different methods to attract and manifest these things, to bring your life the elements you feel would allow you to manifest happiness and success. But although you may think you're doing everything by the book, these circumstances and people and scenarios still seem to not be coming into your life. So maybe it leaves you thinking that there is no way. But you would be wrong, because by using your creator mind, supported by the law of attraction, you can have the things you want. But you can only have them when you're living in the present moment, or in your now moment. If you're not sure what I mean when I talk about your creator mind, then go ahead and check out my article and video on the subject. I've put links below the video. What you need to know is, your life is now. Most of us wake up every morning and then we have a constant stream of negative thoughts going through our mind, all the way through the day until we go to bed. Thoughts of the past, dreams of the future. And we actually spend our lives trying to find snippets of happiness and enjoyment from the past or the future. Now, living in the past or the future is a natural setting for us, and we don't even realize we're doing it until we properly stop and think about it. You and I are looking backwards and forwards for love, happiness, wealth, fulfillment, power, success, respect, and so much more. Remember that time when you were so happy? Think of all the things you'll do when you do have that money or relationship. You may find yourself believing that all the good things live in another time. You allow your sensory mind to degrade the present moment to nothing more than a means to an end which always lies in the imagined future. We think that now is nothing more than a way to get to then. This moment, this day, is nothing more than a step to get to next week, next month, next year. And the thing is, we've become so used to living most of our lives trapped in the past or trapped in the future, that very little of our attention is actually focused on the present moment. If I, right now, deprived you of all your senses, and then asked you, tell me exactly what sounds, smells, sights, and events were going on around you 10 seconds ago, most people would not be able to tell me because we are so out of it. Your actual physical life, however, outside of your distorted past and your imagined future, consists entirely and only of now moments. In other words, every moment and every second you actually experience is now. Okay, so you can remember the past and you can plan for the future, but in reality, you can never actually be in the past or the future, only right in this instant. You can only live in the present, where your physical body actually physically is. And that means that there's a dangerous disconnect between your thoughts and your life, between what's going on in your mind and the life you wish you were living. You act as if your life was in the past, or your life will be in the future. But in reality, your life is now. And when you do not live in the present moment, you effectively miss out on your own life. And by not living in the moment, you will fail 90% of the time to create or manifest the life you want and the things that you want in it. Your creator mind is like a built-in GPS, which is something that I discuss in several other videos and articles. I'll drop some links below. Now, a GPS's job is to get you to your destination. But for it to succeed, you need to turn right or take the left fork or do a U-turn when it tells you to. You need to obey its instructions. Otherwise, you won't end up where you want to go. Now, your creator mind will lead you to your wishes and desires, as long as you're listening to its commands. When you implant into your creator mind your wishes and your desired life circumstances, then it sets about assembling all the pieces to make that happen. It activates the law of attraction to bring into existence those things you want in your physical world. Through its connection with everything around you via the universal energy field, your creator mind will start bringing people, circumstances, and opportunities into your life to make your desires a reality. So if you'd like to find out more about the universal energy field, then check out the video or the article called Quantum Physics, Your Physical Body is an Illusion. I've put links to it below. So maybe the universe intends for you to meet that guy in the corner shop who will one day offer you a particular job. But your thoughts are so focused on other things that you don't even see what's going on around you as you walk into the shop. You don't even notice him. So you never meet him, and an opportunity literally walks out the door. What if you were supposed to see a poster on a wall which leads you to an event? And at this event, you were going to discover something or someone that would change the course of your life. Your creator mind and the law of attraction were trying to lead you to where you want to go. But you were so out of touch that you completely missed the poster, even though it was right in front of you. If only you had seen that woman trying to catch your eye, you may have met her and ended up with the most perfect woman for you. But you're not living in the present moment, and so you missed it. You effectively missed the exit that you were supposed to take, and you are now off course. Not headed to your life destination, not manifesting the thing you wanted, because you effectively ignored the chance the universe put right on your path. Opportunities that arise often present themselves unexpectedly and suddenly, and then they are gone just as quickly as they appeared. You need to be present. You need to live in the moment, and that is where your mind and your thoughts need to be. We have all, at one time or another, tracked our minds back in time to figure out how we ended up where we are today, looking for the significant change nodes in our life. Now, a change node is like a junction or an intersection where something happens that could knock our lives onto a different pathway. I live here today because a year ago I met that person. I met that person as a result of going into the other bookshop instead of my regular one. I only went into that other bookshop because of that email that I almost deleted, but didn't. You see what I mean? Change nodes are those little moments where a seemingly insignificant decision or an insignificant circumstance had the effect of actually rerouting your life. But how many of these change nodes did you actually have control over? How many opportunities do you think you may have missed out on just because you weren't living in the moment? When you get angry and frustrated that life doesn't bring you the opportunities you so desperately want, ask yourself, is that really true? When you assume you are unlucky because you always get the bad things in life and never the things you really want, is it because life is nasty or because you keep missing the opportunities right in front of you? Has life really brought you no opportunities? Or have you just walked straight past the open doors because you're not present in your environment? When one door closes, another one opens. But we often look so long and so regretfully at the closed door that we do not see the ones which open for us. I really want to restate this to emphasize how important it is that the success and the happiness you manifest and the desires you attract into your life are directly tied to your ability to live in the moment, in the here and now. When you correctly implant a wish, a desire, an idea, or a vision into your creative mind, it activates the law of attraction and starts doing all that it can to physically bring the things you ask for into your life. The money, relationship, health, respect, success, happiness, anything you seek. It is all yours to have, like a GPS guiding you to your destination. But if you ignore your internal GPS every time it says, turn right now, then it cannot possibly get you there. If you're so focused on negative thoughts, on your future and on your past, on things you wished you had said and things you want to do one day, then you completely zone out of now. Then you're not living in the present. You are living somewhere else. And the now completely passes you by. You have to be in your now moment as much as possible, living in the present. Because only then will you see, feel, hear, and smell what is going on around you. You'll notice that person or that billboard. You'll spot that family across the road or the empty seat on the train. You'll see the newspaper article that man is reading or hear the door chime to that special doctor's clinic. You will be able to see, hear, smell, and feel the opportunities being presented to you. And only when you notice them can you choose to take them and go off on a life route that you want. So many people that I've worked with are able to, with hindsight, recognize loads of opportunities that they missed in the moment. Only after the moment had passed did they realize that the thing which just happened could have been an excellent opportunity for some area of their life. But because they weren't awake, they only saw it when it was too late. If you don't start living in the present, you will keep experiencing none of your desires or your goals, because you'll keep ignoring the doors that are being opened for you. For most people, most of their wants and desires include being happy, having peace of mind, feeling loved, or being successful. And they don't want these things in some distant future. They want them now. If I gave you the option of being prosperous starting next year or being prosperous starting today, which would you choose? When you live with your mind in the past or the future, there is the obvious loss of opportunities that I've already mentioned, but there's also your peace of mind to consider. When you are truly present in the now, fully aware of the moment you're experiencing this instant, Then you will have the peace of mind needed to fully connect with the universal energy. It will permit you to be truly happy and enjoy every moment of your life. See, our brains are so busy that our mind doesn't have any time to appreciate the true beauty, love, peace, and creativity that is around you and that is trying to flow into you. And for those of us that do get moments of stillness in our mind, it usually happens by chance, in moments when our mind is left speechless, often triggered by magnificent beauty, grave danger, or intense physical exertion. And in those moments, we experience a sudden stillness, and accompanying that stillness is often peace, joy, or love. So the key to liberation of your mind lies in the now moment. If you want to attract and manifest true happiness, and if you're going to create the life you desire now, then you need to keep your focus fully and powerfully on living in the present. As Eckhart Tolle so perfectly explains it, we have to focus on practicing the power of now. And unless you can willingly free your mind from the constant noise, it'll be very tough to use it properly to create the things you want. Okay, so we've gone over the why quite extensively. Why should I live in the present moment? And so the logical next step is how to live in the present moment. The first step in this direction is quieting your busy mind. Your brain is continuously thinking, solving problems, making plans and decisions, figuring things out, forming opinions, judging, having imaginary conversations, and this is not always the best thing. So number one, quiet your mind. Most of us have hundreds of voices competing for attention, dredging up our past or planning for possible futures. We're either remembering negative experiences, picturing negative outcomes, or living in a time when things were or will be better. We use up a lot of our brain time thinking the same repetitive thoughts over and over again. I'm sure you can identify. So, to quiet your mind, all you need to do is focus all of your attention on your now moment. Become utterly conscious of this present moment. Doing this will draw your awareness away from the mind's activities. It will create a clear space in which you're fully alert and conscious, but not thinking. It's a kind of meditation, one that you can do at any moment of the day, during any activity, without needing to stop what you're doing. Whatever you're engaged with, all you need to do is focus all of your awareness onto the present moment. Try to detect the sounds or noises around you. Find any smells that may be present. Take note of the things you see and find the details. If you've completed my Creator Autogenics course, then use your autogenic exercises here. They are far and away the best method to quieten your mind. 2. Take in your direct environment and space. Notice any sensations your hands might be feeling. The first thing you'll realize is how much more you suddenly perceive, things that you would never have noticed before. Pay attention to your own breathing, to your immediate environment, your steps if you're walking, your body and what each part feels like. You'll know you're doing it right because you'll feel a proper sense of peace within yourself. And then stop focusing on the destination for a moment or two and actually enjoy the journey. When you read a book or you watch a movie, do you just skip to the last chapter or the last few minutes for the satisfaction of knowing the ending? Of course you don't, because although it all builds up to the conclusion and you may be excited to find out what happens, you still want to go on the full journey. The pleasure of the book or the movie is what lies between page 1 and the final page. Living in the present moment isn't something to do occasionally. Instead, it should become a habit. Now, at first, you will find yourself able to do it only for short bursts of time. But slowly, you'll find you can sustain focus on your now moments for longer. Living in the present moment and fully experiencing your now moment doesn't mean you must never think or plan. You still need to prepare for the future when it's appropriate. Your mind is an essential tool that has many practical purposes. You see, the traditional view of a goal is that you set your precise goal, you keep your mind focused on that goal, and then you work tirelessly with everything you have to achieve it. This is when you live for your goal. And although this sounds like sensible advice, it is in fact detrimental to your life. There is a big difference between living for your goal versus expecting your desire. When you live for your goal, you may indeed achieve it, but at what expense? You may achieve the wealth you wanted, but lose your family in the process through neglect. You may have built the business you desire, but lose your health through disregard. This method encourages you to live in the future, think about the future, to plot and to scheme. The end justifies the means. So it doesn't matter what you do between now and then, as long as you achieve that thing. And then once you achieve that thing, hooray, you have it. But you will then look back at all the time you've lost getting there. When you live for your goals, you forget to live now and enjoy your present moment. Expecting your desire is entirely different. When you expect your desire, you live now. You experience every moment, not just as a step towards that thing, but as a moment in its own right. And you are truly living in the present moment. Then you can never look back and feel that time is wasted. And expecting your desire is, of course, a major part of using your creator mind and the law of attraction to manifest the things you want. If you have read any of the other articles on the website or seen any of my other videos here on YouTube, you will hopefully be aware by now that when you want to attract something or someone into your life, you do it through knowing, through faith, and through gratitude. You do it through the knowledge that if you use your creator mind properly, you will have the things you want. And so it's only a matter of time rather than a matter of if. When you're in the state of living for your goal, you put yourself in the position of, I don't have this thing I want, but I really want it, and please make it a reality. Please, please, please. And unfortunately, that state of mind very rarely leads to you manifesting the things you want, really. So keep planning, but spend minimum time dwelling on the future. When you do need to plan, scheme, and be creative, you should switch between the states. A few minutes of engaged creative thinking and a few moments of now moment stillness. You'll find yourself far more creative using this method because you'll be drawing on universal energy. You'll be accessing your inner guide during your quiet moments. Almost all great things ever invented or created in this world have sprung from the stillness of the now moment, from the connectedness of the quiet mind when you stop thinking. So up until now, you've lived in the past and the future and paid fleeting visits to the now. But understand genuinely that the now moment is all you ever have. Make it the main focus of your life. Moving forward, spend your time living in the present moment as much as possible, and then pay only fleeting visits to the past and the future. And when it's required for you to deal with practical aspects of your life, like planning, that's fine, then do that. Learn how to let go of the past and practice living the moment until it becomes second nature. Always allow the present moment into your experience. Say yes to your life right now, and you will see how quickly things start working for you rather than against you. Now, this will not come easily to most people, so don't get frustrated when you can only sustain it for short bursts. But keep at it, like anything, and you will find your now moments getting longer and longer and longer. As your time living the present gets longer, you'll notice more and more of the doors that are being opened for you. You'll be able to take the opportunities before they have even passed you by. Okay, let me know in the comments below if you have any special techniques for bringing yourself into the present moment. They may be useful for other people too. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. I do try to get to all my comments and to answer all of them as quickly as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube and you'd like to see more videos like this about manifesting the life that you desire, then subscribe and hit the bell icon. It really helps my channel to grow. See you soon.